Yo, what is up, guys? Your boy Kurdas and Jack Game and Komi and Queens and pitching spinning straight and like and did back at it with another video. So today we're doing a cultural shocks living in South Africa video by this lady over here. I can't really pronounce the name and I don't want to pronounce people's names wrong. Okay, so if you've been following this channel for a while, I think maybe you have seen that I've done reaction videos about living in South Africa, cultural shocks, things that shock me about South Africa. I think about 2 videos in the past. If you haven't watched those videos, go and watch those videos. Obviously, after watching this one, and then we'll be good to go. I'm not really sure about this new setup that I'm having right now, but let's hope everything works out the way that it should. And it's very, very cold, as you can see. Jazz. It's cold. So the reason why I'm doing these videos, I think I'll be doing a few of these videos in the near future. Wait, this thing is distracting. I think I'll be doing a few of these videos in the future. Maybe just to give context, as a South African who's been living in South Africa his entire life, who has never been out of the country ever. But without wasting any time, let's get into the video.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here in vlog number 4. And in this vlog today, it's going to be more so about me sharing the things that I've been liking about South Africa and my experience.
Just making sure it's recording.
Let's go. Okay, so honestly, South Africa is beautiful, specifically the city that I'm at.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Obviously.
From the landscapes to the mountains to just everything, honestly, it's just so beautiful.
South Africa is beautiful, but you have to travel for you to notice that.
But honestly, people are great too. Like, I feel like the destination can be beautiful, right? But people really makes it like amazing or horrible.
They make it beautifuler.
It really is either or, right? So in my experience,
and guys, please go subscribe to her channel. Go show some love on her channel. Tell her I sent you here.
For people has been so kind to me, so welcoming. They just want to show you around. They want to welcome you. It's very similar to to a Puerto Rican culture. Like if you go to Puerto Rico, people are just gonna welcome you like, bro, let's go, and we'll take you out to my aunt's house, and I just met you, you know. So it's very like that. It's very interesting because it's a lot more diverse than what I would expected. I was here last year for an internship for my grad program, so I knew that, but I'm talking about like even back then I was like, whoa, this is very diverse, right? And it's very interesting. So that helps a lot to just feel more like home and just be around people and to just feel like so nice. So
the diversity she's talking about is okay. Obviously, I think in other countries as well. I'm not sure, but let me speak what I know. Let me speak what I know instead of like jumping around. So in South Africa, we have 12 official languages. I think sign language was just included last year. I'm not really sure, but we have 12 official languages, and it's very rare to meet a South African that just speaks one language. Usually we speak more than one language here. It's like I speak 7 languages. There are people who speak all the languages. So the diversity here is crazy, and sometimes it's because you have to go to school in a different province where you get to meet people from a different culture, and you stay with those people and you get to learn their language. And then after that, maybe you get a job somewhere else, maybe in Cape Town, and then when you go there, you meet people with another different culture, and then you stay there for about 3 months. I mean, for as long as you'll stay there, and you get to learn the language. So it's like that here. It's like that. It's diverse like that. There could be some things that I'm missing. Could be some things that I'm not saying. If you feel like I'm leaving anything out in this video, the comment section is open. Keep it sweet, keep it nice, keep it clean.
One of the first things that it was culture shock was the food. So I do not eat any type of like spices, like spicy food. So in here, Africans go crazy with their spices. They don't play. So when it comes to the dishes, it's very, very hard for me because yes, I will try them. Like I'm open to them, but I end up not liking them most of the time because they're so strong. It's like, yo, it's gonna take me out to the hospital real quick. So that's been very.
Okay, so I'm not really sure which part of South Africa she's at. Because maybe she's in Durban. Maybe she's in Durban, the people there, I don't know, but I think maybe she is there for some reason. I could be wrong, but on my previous video, not the current previous video, the one about culture shocks, I think the first one, I did mention, I did talk about the food that we have around South Africa and how nice the food around here is. And I made a reference about how the food is nice in Davidson. And if you're still somewhere out there, Kumzanzi, and you haven't, what am I saying? My English data bundles have depleted. If you're still out there in the country and you still haven't come to Davidson, I think this is your chance to come and get your food here, because they make the best food here. They make the best food. And it's not like big establishments where you will feel like it's a big restaurant or something like that. No, it's never like that. It's always those corner places that they have, or it's almost like that. So you will never be sure where to go without asking. So you need to ask the people around, where do we get the best food and where can I get this and this, because it's all around. It's all around. So yeah, the food here is delicious. The food here is nice.
Interesting. What else? So the people, like interacting with people, it's so funny because when I speak, they're like, "Are you American?" I'm like, "Nah," but I can understand because I really have adopted the Atlanta accent or American accent since I'm from Puerto Rico. All the content that we consume, all the things that we do, it's like attached to America in a way. So I understand them like thinking that I'm from the States, even though I'm not. So I'm like, no, and I just try to like educate them and tell them, no, I'm from an island in the Caribbean called Puerto Rico. It's close to America, but it's not, and all these things. I speak Spanish, so, and they're like, oh my God. So, I tell them some words like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, that's cool. Like, it's just so much fun. And it makes me really happy when people embraces my culture as a Latina and Puerto Rican. So it's been really, really cool. Some of them do not know what Puerto Rico is, and I don't blame them because it's such a tiny island. But you got other people who are like, oh my God, you're like Despacito or like Daddy Yankee. I'm like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, right?
And that's the thing about South Africans. I know there's a lot of controversial topics out there about how South Africans hate. We do not hate, guys. We do not hate people from outside, guys. I think you guys need to get that out of your mind. I think South Africans are the most welcoming, most loving people you can ever meet. They're so friendly. They'll even welcome you to your house. I think she stated, you'll be welcome to the house. You'll be given food. It's nice here. It's nice. It's just that there are a few exceptions where maybe a few incidences where there was a clash. I don't want to talk about it in this video. Maybe there was a clash with some things that were happening, and now it was translated to some other thing, and now people think that South Africans are not nice people. Come on, man. Come on. It's 2020. It's 2024. Come on, man. We're moving with the times. On Kushisha.
It just helps out to keep spreading the.
And that's the reaction you always get. I'm from America. Oh, you're from America? That's nice. I'm from Kaikai. Oh, you're from there? Okay. It's never like I'm from somewhere and then people are like angry at you or anything. It's never like that, guys. It's never like that. I think this is something that people need to get out of their heads.
The culture, right? So that's been really fun. When it comes to culture shock at church, for me, the biggest thing that took me out was that people would dance at church. Like, not dance like worship dancing, that's cool. But people would be like people for real in worship. Like, those Afrobeats were not like, they don't play with Afrobeats. So it's like, oh my God, like, I love this. And I immediately like vibe with it. Like, it's just so African, so them, and I'm loving that, honestly. It just makes so much joy. Like, if you think about heaven, like, I don't think heaven is gonna be a boring, like, the time, like, yeah, like, there's times for those type of worship songs and intimacy with the Lord and, like, just connected with them and just so powerful. But the Lord can also manifest himself and like, yo, what's up? Let's just,
What's up?
like, it's
What's
just
that
it's
day?
been incredible in
It's
that
a vibe.
sense. Another thing that was cultural shock was people barely have cars here, and that's something that is very different from Puerto Rico or Atlanta. Like, people will catch the bus, people will catch Uber or taxis or walk, or go to church or to your job with somebody else. And that's something that it was a no. Like, back in America, like, you had to have your own car. There's no way. I mean, yes, there's Uber, there's public transportation, but they are trash, or they're madly expensive. And it's something that I've been enjoying. Like, to be honest, I thought that not having my car was gonna be hectic, but actually it's been very, like, cool. Like, I've been catching the Uber, getting car rides. I haven't catched the bus yet, but I will get there eventually, right? But in general, like, the public transportation system, you got your instances where they can be dangerous or hectic, but in general, it's functional. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a functional public transportation system. Puerto Rico has zero functional transportation system.
Okay, so talking about the transportation and all of that, I think, okay, so it's true when she says like a lot of people here don't have cars. Cars are madly expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna be making some car content videos, and yeah. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on that. Yeah, so cars are madly expensive, like, and a lot of people here don't have jobs. A lot of people here are unemployed. I just said the same thing twice. So not a lot of people can afford to get a car, or if they have the money to afford a car, maybe it's not a good car because it's obviously not a lot of money. And when you buy sometimes you buy that car might need fixing, and you don't have that money. So yeah, the transportation system here is functional. It depends where you are. It really depends where you are. The taxis are everywhere, cool, but in some other places, maybe taxis are not easy to get, but there's obviously the Uber. Maybe sometimes the Uber could be expensive. I don't really know. So it's maybe a gray area. But the transportation, it's there. If you're going to use a taxi, you'll get it everywhere, depending on where you are. And the Uber is everywhere. Yeah, the Uber is everywhere. Maybe in some remote places, in some rural areas, maybe it's not there. But when you live in the city, in the township, you'll be good to go. So yeah, you won't really struggle much when it comes to transportation, because yeah. I just wish the transportation here was like Amsterdam, or is it Amsterdam? I think where you can get like Uber bikes, Uber scooters, and maybe that would be much better. But maybe we are not very far from that reality. I'm not sure, but you know what I mean?
It's the worst, right? So that has been very cool. I'm enjoying, like, reading my book in the Uber and just running my business versus being stuck on traffic, like having to just sit, like, just being sitting there.
Okay, so we have like different types. I'm not sure about other countries, but here we have different types of e-hailing services. We have Uber, we have Bolt, we have is it InDrive, and we have a bunch of other ones that came in but couldn't make it in the market. I don't know, but yeah, so it's not just one. And I think maybe in the States they also have such things where they have, I think it's Lyft, and yeah, those other ones. So yeah, you have a variety. So sometimes if this one is expensive, you can go and check out this one, and if it's just like that.
And just driving around, having people just cutting you off. There's just a lot going on, but that has been very cool and interesting to navigate. I thought it was gonna, like, really mess me up, the fact that I didn't have my car with me, but not really. Another thing that I've been able to experience and navigate has been
and again, guys, it depends where you are.
Living with people. Like I said, I live with 2 girls. They're great, but honestly, guys, coming from living by myself for the last 3 years, just by myself, to share everything, like the living room, bathrooms, kitchen, it's like, yo, like, I thought it was gonna, like, wreck me, but honestly, it's been such a good experience. They're great, they're amazing, they're clean, they neat, they're fun. Um,
Also, it depends what type of roommates or housemates you have, because sometimes it's not a great experience. So if you get clean people and get people that do things, and you get people, yeah, then it's not gonna be a horrible experience. So it depends. Like, if you're gonna get someone who's lazy, who, yo guys, like, I don't like lazy people. I don't like lazy people.
you know, when we talk, and then we need our space because they're one is a lawyer, the other one is an accountant. So it's like when we need our space, we need our space. But when we get together, we get together, and it's just so much fun. And I'm loving that. And I thought that was gonna take me a lot because again, I've been used to just being on my own, doing my own stuff, da da da. But it's been so good, and having people around has been very helpful too. To
Yeah,
not feel homesick,
yeah,
to just have people around, and just to just have conversation as you do as you walk around the house and whatnot, right?
yeah.
Honestly, another thing that
Because imagine living alone and you stay in there. Maybe you are coming back. I mean, maybe it's a Friday, it's a weekend, and you are not planning on going anyway. And now the last time you spoke to someone was on that Friday, and now for the entire weekend, you will be alone. You won't be talking to anyone. So human interaction sometimes is needed. And what if you're gonna stay home for a week and you're not planning on going out anyway? Are you gonna be talking over the phone all the time? You're gonna be bored.
I've been enjoying a lot has been having people around me. I mean, again, I love people, period, but there's specific people, and I'm gonna mention them like Bren, Nasa, Tina, my leader Marvelous, Josh, Brian. You guys have been so kind to me.
I think maybe you should make a video with them. Invite them to your space. Like, invite them to your YouTube channel. Have them around and make a video about that. Maybe that would be something interesting. That would be something that I would want to watch, and that would also be something that I want to react to.
Andy, Bocello, like you guys have been so kind to me and just helping me
I like the way you were able to pronounce their names properly, because our names here are sometimes not easy to say.
now through it all, whether that is to move, just with an advice. Do you need anything? Like it's just or a car ride, like
And people here are generally helpful. People here are generally helpful. Sometimes they don't even expect anything from you. It's just, I'm gonna help you, and yeah, it's just that. It's just the culture.
it has been so sweet to see God's provision through every single one of y'all. And even for people from back home, like Theresia, Ebony, Kyra, Chelsea, T, like you guys have been so kind to me and reaching out to me. Do you need anything? Ebony, of course, like Ebony calls me every week, like, hey, you need anything? What's up? It's like, wow, God, thank you so, so much. So honestly, South Africa has been like I'll say like a payback of what I've sowed. And this is something that I've been experiencing a lot because the Bible says that you're gonna reap where you sow, right? And for the longest time, I'm reaping. I have so much effort towards people, car rides, just intentionality, and receiving that back has been very refreshing, very very refreshing, and God is very very faithful. Not only to experience it, but to acknowledge that, like, oh my God, this is God providing through people, and this is why we need people around us because it's the way God show up. Like God keeps showing up to us through people. Okay,
Yeah.
and again, it's been amazing. And last but not least, I think that the biggest thing that I'm still adapting is the fact that I'm here. Like, it's gonna sound crazy, but before I left, I had a lot of conversation with people, and they were like, Thelmary, but like, you have a master's degree, 3 languages, like, you should be pursuing corporate America, right? You should be doing X, Y, and Z. Why are you doing all that away to go to another country that you don't know, that you're not gonna get paid, that you're gonna live with other people, that you're not gonna have your car? Like, and I'm like, because God is so worthy of that. Like,
Amen.
he is so
Amen.
worthy of my yes. He is so worthy of me, of throwing everything out. Like Paul says, I consider all this trash compared to doing the will of God. And I'm experiencing that. I thought that was going to be hard, but it has been the most easiest thing. Like the Bible says, my joke is easy. And yesterday I was talking to my young adult pastor, and he was saying, like,
if you put your faith in God's hands, everything is gonna be much, much easier. You can take risks and you'll be protected. You see, that's the thing.
Going ahead of God is gonna be hard. Being behind God is gonna be hard. But walking alongside of him is the easiest thing.
See?
And I'm experiencing that right now. Like, yes, I'm experiencing these cultural shocks. Some of them are fun, some of them are interesting, some of them are hard. But when you're walking and partnering it up with the Holy Spirit, it's so much easier to go through all these things, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether they're ugly. It's so much better with him. So that's how South African has been so far for me. Okay. And let's not talk about the language barrier, or like not language barrier, but the accent. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Like,
there's a lot.
So many slang, from hectic to flip to is it to so many like African dialects. People, I'm in a country where there's like 105 different languages. Like, y'all need to make up your mind and pick one common language and just speak that, because oh my God, like, you got Zulu, you got Xhosa, you got English, you got Afrikaans, you got.
For the people in the States, you see, we have more than one language.
Oh, not because there's people from Zimbabwe.
Because I think people from the States think maybe there is one language, maybe Xhosa or Zulu, because of the movie Black Panther, something like that. Guys, we have more languages. We have more.
Where you got people from Seoul.
Okay, so we have these languages, these main languages, and different dialects of these languages. So some languages sound similar to other languages, and those languages have different dialects, and those dialects have different dialects as well. And it's just like, yo, guys, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So many other countries.
So I understand what she's saying.
It's like, this is hectic, okay? And that's South African slang. So that has been very interesting to me, because like sometimes I do think in Spanish. So it's like I have to go to the process of, okay, en español first, then English, and then your African slang. Give me a second to just, process all this information, right? So that has been very fun. But in general, again, it's been so good. I'm loving South Africa. I'm loving the people. I'm loving experiencing all these things, but mainly I'm enjoying experiencing God's goodness and his hand carrying me around and helping me navigate all this. And again, I couldn't be more happy, honestly. So again, I hope this encouraged you. Again, I love you guys so much. Until next time, bye.
Okay, so the general takeaway from this video is that South Africa is a cool place. If you want to visit here, visit. Obviously, don't go and visit all these dangerous places. And I think there's a dangerous place in every country, everywhere. So obviously, be safe, practice all these safety measures and all of that. South Africa is a cool place. Visit South Africa. It's nice here. Spend time with people. Take time to learn your languages, and you'll be good to go. And with that being said, this was a cool video to react to. This is your boy, Goyo Rosa, signing out. And until next time, Retlo Bonana.